Okay, so this is Slime. He is a flex DPS who has been plat, even high plat, and he keeps falling. So we're gonna try and figure out why for him. Can tell you right away. We're gonna just start talking again. Can tell you right away. You've used LFG to find a group, and that's cool. Love LFG. I fully support duoing, trioing, etc. to climb. I mean, currently the top like 4 people on the ladder were in a 6-stack that climbed together. So I totally understand it and get it. But here's the thing: if you're going to play in a 6-stack, you guys need to have communication, because you're going to go up against other 6-stacks who are going to have communication. So right away, that's going to hurt you guys if you don't. Cool. So, kind of glad you're doing this already. Check this out here. You guys haven't talked at all, so you don't even know if you're going to push left or right. And then you walk right into Junkrat shots. You can see them coming. That's the trail of one. That's the trail of one. You can directly see that they are coming right for you. And you walk right into them, and then you have to Wraith form away. So now you don't have one of your most powerful abilities, and you've really put yourself in a bad spot. And you shoot there. Like, it's not going to gain you anything. You're a Reaper. Stop shooting there. Go around and keep going. That is so risky. If you continue to do that, other DPS will continually kill you. Cause I mean, that's like a dream. A Reaper teleporting right in front of me. So you and your other DPS, your Junkrat, have both kind of got punished for leaving your Rhyme. And so I want you to really keep that in mind. And now your Rhyme got punished because he died alone. Probably because his DPS totally left him. I don't know why you're not on the high ground. There you go. You could have hit the follow-up shot on the Orisa if you were on the high ground. And I don't know if this was just to gain alt charge or what the goal was here, but their Venom Mine actually makes the Moira turn around, because then she realizes that you're there. If you wouldn't have thrown that, you would have been probably able to headshot the Moira. It's a big kill. I don't know why you immediately grappled back to the D.Va. You need to let the D.Va fall down first. So it's so simple to do. Temple of Anubis. Okay. So the bridge is right here. Here you are at the top of the bridge. D.Va only has 1 booster jet. So she comes from wherever. I think she came from this high ground over here. And flies at you. So now she is also on the bridge. That is step 1 of everything that happens. So you have both gotten on the bridge. Your cooldown is back because you've been on the bridge for an extended amount of time. Her cooldown is still on cooldown because she literally just got on the bridge. So now here's what you do. You walk off, let her come down here, and so she will chase you if she wants to kill you. If not, she'll go back to her team. Either is fine for you. So that is step 2 of what happens. Step 3, super simple. You're here. You grapple right back onto the bridge, and you're in the exact same spot, and you can rinse and repeat. And it is the easiest way to counter D.Vas. It is so simple, and I don't like that you grappled right back up while she was still there, because you put your own life at risk, and actually that's the only reason you died. So now you've already used your grapple, and here comes the Rhine, which God knows why the Rhine is chasing you. But that's still the reason you died, because you didn't have your grapple. Oh, and now your team got farmed on the point. Imagine if Widow could have been on the high ground and shot the Genji. So what you just did is fine to do, right? To hold your sights on a target behind a shield. Because eventually Ryan will throw a fire strike, will drop it, it'll get low, whatever. But by shooting, you alarmed them that that's what you're doing, and so Ryan hard holds his shield. I don't understand why you shot 3 shots, and that actually made what you've been doing this whole time, it made it useless. Because there's Ryan still just hard shielding. And I guarantee you it's at least in part because you kept shooting at his shield. Definitely we should have grappled back to the high ground there, not forward to this. It can be really hard to hit shots on this platform, depending on where your enemies are positioned, and it's really easy for them to get to you. And Toshindo is right, you guys have no communication whatsoever, and it's terrible. You're in a 6 stack and you're not even calling like ults or anything. That's really bad. And on a personal note for you, please, 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 please make sure that you are hitting tab while you're playing. I doubt you had any clue that Pharah went Genji, and that's such a big switch in how you need to play and how you're able to play. That even helps determine whether or not you should stay on Widow. And you did the exact same thing, you used your grapple way too early. Like, why are you not on the bridge above you? Or even, I mean, there's such good places on Anubis. I'm sure you know some of them. But there's so many good spots on point B. We actually have to zoom out to see all of them on attack. So, the point is here. You can go to a bunch of spots. There's actually this high ground up here that gives you full sights of any of this, all the way back. There is like a pillar ledge here that you can grapple up onto that gives you beautiful sights of the point. I mean, these are just the best sights of the point that you can possibly get. You can go over here. There's no sort of special spot or anything, but you can hit shots there. And then if you want to play center and hit your shots, then why would you not just play right here-ish, like on the stairs, and hit your shots just straight? You have pushed up and are trying to hit shots like here, which is putting you in more danger. You haven't hit tab, so you don't know if they have a Widow that's about to counter you. You don't have a clue what's going on. When you have multiple good spots, good spots, you're taking one of the worst and not even like thinking about what you're doing in that spot. And there you go, you played too far forward. Your ability usage there was terrible. All storm arrows, sonar arrow, everything. You only used it just because there was red people in front of you. You didn't even think about the Winston diving to decide if, oh hey, I'm gonna need to save this so that I can farm him when he dives. You're like right there, like trying to storm arrow Blade and Genji is very difficult and really is only done when they're like 1. Like, you gotta just think a little bit. And because you're in this 6 stack too, you gotta talk You guys have Grav Dragon right now. You guys aren't even communicating that. What if you're not in position when the Grav Dragon goes off? There's just 1,000 variables in Overwatch that can be solved by talking. You shot your dragons too close, so they weren't in the Grav, and you didn't need them because your Genji had already bladed. You would have been better to hold them, and then throw them into your enemy's spawn right here when they're trying to respawn onto point. Nice job getting the Devo before she remeked though. Your Hanzo is definitely stronger than your Widow, but also Hanzo's a more appropriate hero here. So it can be cool to put your turret up there to get a tiny bit of ult charge, but you got the same amount of ult charge that 2 shots on an enemy would give you, and now you don't have a turret for 10 seconds. So I don't agree with putting your turret up there. Look, this one shot on D.Va, because it was a headshot, gives you more ult charge than your entire turret did. And you still don't have it. And it would be very helpful right now with like a Reaper pushing you. Oh, you've gone suicidal. I don't know if you were throwing, if there was like some team comms I missed, but you literally just suicided. Super unfortunate, but not surprising at all. We gotta take better positions when we're on Widow. We have to, and we have to know how to hold those positions. Like with this here, with the bridge example that I gave, on Widow, there's no reason that you should die right here to a Junkrat spam. That's crazy. Not when there's such good positions that you can take where you can shoot on point, where Junkrat is literally no threat to you. And then with Hanzo, even, you had stuff like you were wasting your ult. With Torb, you know that they have a Reaper and a Brig. You saw them walk over here, and if you didn't see them walk over here, you were tunnel visioning. You need to keep that in mind. Even Torb with his Molten Core is no threat to a Reaper and a Brig. Literally none. They will farm you like they did, and then now your team is down your turret because you never replaced it after it was in a bad position, and then you, because you just suicided. So you have to look at all that and really think about it, because you were part of the reason that your team lost. It was not solid in the slightest, and there was such, not easy, but there was so many things that you could do that could have improved your team and made you do better. But if you're going to play in a 6-stack, you have to have team comms, you have to work on your ults, and you have to work on your positioning to make sure you're not feeding. Torb going solo, Hanzo, your positioning was the best of all, but it was also the easiest. It was stay around your tank, so continue to do that. Widow needs to get on high grounds or flanks, cannot be dying in the front. Widow needs to hold spots once she's there, especially against just a D.Va. You cannot, as like Widow, it's crazy to me that your team was kind of getting farmed within like this area here, and on Widow you went onto this platform. What are you gonna do up there? There was an enemy Junkrat like here, like you landed right by him. That is not good. And so definitely look at some of that stuff, those 3 things: communication, positioning, and ult usage. And I think you'll start having a lot better time, and you'll probably get back to plat